Pagam tam avekshya chadavaram Pitra cha deve hritakelanam vibhav Pitra cha deve hritakelanam vibhav Pitra cha deve hritakelanam vibhav Anadrita yajna sadasi Adishwari Anadritna yajna sadasi Adishwari Anadritta yajna sadashi Adishwari Chukopa Lokan Iva Dakshayati Rusa Chukopan Lokan Iva Dakshayati Rusa Chukopan Lokan Iva Dakshayati Rusa Arudra Bhagam Tam Aviksha Chadaram Pitra Cha Deva Hrita Kelanam Vibho Yanadrita Yajna Sadasya Adrishati Chukopa Lokani Vadakshati Rusha Arudra Bhagam Tam Aviksha Vachadavaram Pitra Cha Deve Hrita Kelanam Vibho Anadrita Yajna Sadasi Adishwari Chukopa Lokani Vadakshati Rusa Arudra Bhagam Tam Aviksha Chadavaram Pitra Cha Deve Hrita Kelanam Vibho Anadrita Yajna Sadasya Adishwari Chukopa Lokan Iva Dakshati Rusa Mataji Arudra Bhagam Tam Aviksha Bhatram Pitra Cha Deve Hrita Helanam Vibho Anadrita Yajna Sadeshe Adeshwari Chukopa Loka Iva Dakshati Rusa Arudra Bhagam Tam Aviksha Vachadavaram Pitra Cha Deve Hrita Helanam Vibho Anadrita Yajna Sadasya Adishwari Chukopa Lokani Vadakshati Rusa Arudra Bhagam Tam Aviksha Chadvaram Pitra Cha Deve Hrita Helanam Vibho Anadrita Yajna Sadasi Adishwari Chukopa Lokam Iva Dakshati Rusa. Word meanings. Arudra Bhagam, having no oblations for Lord Shiva. Tam, that. Avekshaya, seeing. Cha, and. Advaram, place of sacrifice. Pitra, by her father. Cha, and. Deve, to Lord Shiva. Hritahelanam, contempt having been shown. Vibhav, to the Lord. Anadrita, not being received. Yajna Sadasi, in the assembly of the sacrifice. Adishwari, Sati, Chukopa, became greatly angry. Lokan, the 14 worlds. Eva, as if. Daksheti, burning. Rusa, with anger. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. Present in the arena of sacrifice, Sati saw that there were no oblations for her husband, Lord Shiva. Next she realized that not only had her father failed to invite Lord Shiva, but when he saw Lord Shiva's exalted wife, Daksha did not receive her either. Thus she became greatly angry, so much so that she looked at her father as if she were going to burn him with her eyes. Purport. By offering oblations in the fire while chanting the Vedic mantra Swaha, one offers respect to all the demigods, great sages and pitas, including Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu. It's a customary that Shiva is one of those who are offered respects, but Sati, while personally present in the arena, saw that Brahmanas did not utter the mantra offering oblations to Lord Shiva, Namah Shivaya Swaha. She was not sorry for herself, for she was ready to come to her father's house without being invited, but she wanted to see whether or not her husband was being respected. To see her relatives, her sister and her mother was not important. Even when she was received by her mother and sister, she did not care, for she was most concerned that her husband was being insulted in the sacrifice. When she marked that insult, she became greatly angry, and she looked at her father so angrily that Daksha appeared to burn in her vision. Om Ajnana Timrandasya Jnana Jana Salakaya Chakshuru Militam Vena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Mudamustam Tapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapatantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapata Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sakagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sakagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavanishwari Rishabhanu Shute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhasya Kripa Sindhubhevacha Patitana Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you everyone. First let me take my blessings from my spiritual master, Prabhupada, and all the Vaishnavas assembled here. So let me write words comes on the right time. So we are in the important section of this Mother Sati and Daksha's one, right? So let's try to understand what's going on here. So first, before, let's see what's happening so far. So and then we know how do we do on it, right? So in the last chapter we have seen Lord Shiva and Daksha had a conflict, and then it didn't go well, and then they have thing. After that, what happened? Lord Brahma has appointed Daksha as a chief Prajapati. That means he got a big position for the whole universe. So Prajapati, so he is a progenitor of the populations. Daksha became puffed up, so he did a first sacrifice called Vajapaya. It was successful. Then he thought, I have a support of the Brahma, Lord Brahma. So then he is doing now what is happening, second sacrifice, which is a Brahaspati Swava. So this is what currently happening. So we have seen that he hasn't invited Lord Shiva and her daughter Sati. So we know that Lord Sati was, means Mother Sati want to go to attend that one, even she was invited. We have seen that Lord Shiva explained clearly what is the issue with Daksha. So that means Daksha is like a materialistic person. What's the issue with who is being a very puffed up or envious person, what is the one? So if you like that, if we see that one word which is one verse what Lord Shiva says, you should not see your father, although he is a giver of your body. So though he is your father, by whom only you got this birth, you should not see. Why? Because he and his followers are envious of me. They are most envy. And Lord Shiva will tell, Sati, you are most worshipable one. So that means you are like a big devotee because you have taken shelter of Lord Shiva. He is a Vaishnava. So you are more worshipable one. If they have insult, they will insult you. That's a thing. And then finally we would have seen that the chapter will end up with the Lord Shiva saying that in spite of my instruction, if you neglect and decided to go, the future will not good. So Lord Shiva has warned it. So he told what will happen. The very important, he told it things. You are most respectable. You are supposed to be most respectable. But when you are insulted by your relative, this insult will immediately be equal to death. That's what Lord Shiva warned her and then do it. Then we know, but Mother Sati wants to become furious, but she wants to go see her parents and everything. So what she think is, this is what the beginning of this chapter, right? So in 4.2, so if you just read that verse, we'll give that one. Sati felt very sorry at being forbidden to go see her relatives, her father's house. Due to affection for them, tears fell from her eyes. Shaking and very much afflicted, she looked at her uncommon husband Lord Shiva as if she were going to blast him with her vision. When Lord Shiva has warned and then he told you will be insulted, and then it's like a thing, this is the problem with Daksha and his followers. So you are not, don't go. That's what I think. But Mother Sati, she felt very sorry. And then if you look at that word, you think, she looked at her uncommon husband, Lord Shiva. The word, if you look at, they have used the uncommon because there is no one is equal to Lord Shiva in this material world. So as if she were going to blast him with her vision. So she has such angry she has shown. So she went, and then now she's been in the arena. She went to her house, and then no one has invited her or received her. So only her mothers and sisters, they have invited her, but she did not reply to her reception. They offered her to sit a seat and all. She did not sit and all. So now let's come to that one. So now we see that what is happening on it. So Mother Sati has, though she was very angry with her Lord Shiva, and then now she is in the one. Now if you look at this verse, what we are looking at it. So there are few keywords we can look into it. One is that if you look at that one, Shiva has been called as Arudra. So Arudra is, we know that the Shiva, why is been called Arudra, because he has been, this Arudra power is a destructive power. So that means he is such an exalted position. For such kind of a person, there is no bhagam, the share has not been given of flesh. Arudra, he is a destructive power of this material world. He's not being given. Then second thing is, Sati has been called as a Adi Ishwari. So that means she is a Ishwari, the topmost Ishwari. Ishwari is the controller, topmost, Mother Sati. So she is the, one of the material world. She is the controlling everything from the Krishna as a thing. So that's such a kind of a persons have been here. So what happens here? So in the arena, so other important one is Hrita Helanam. Helanam means it is like a disrespect, or we can call it a negligence, or it can be offense, because here uh, Lord Shiva has been offended it. Hritak Helanam, the cause. What is the cause for the offense here? So why they have been respecting this thing? So if you look at that anger, what the Mother Sati has been doing it here. So there are a few points. There are 3 points over here. So why she became so much angry? That means she's going to, the very important things which is not there in the translation, but where Prabhupada didn't write it, is the Lokan, the 14 words. Her anger is such that she's going to burn the 14 words. So such a kind of anger she is having it. So why she is having such a kind of anger? So this is the effect. So any effect will always have a cause. So if you know the cause, then the effect, then we can understand what is there for us. That's what we'll just try to understand it, right? So if you try to look at one, first thing is, in the arena, Sati, the reason for the, let's say, the anger is, the first one is there is no oblations for Lord Shiva. He is a very exalted. He has to be respected. He has not given a respect. That is her first one. And second thing is, so she saw that, if you look at the very important thing is, they didn't tell that I have not been invited. She didn't feel it. She felt that Lord Shiva's exalted wife. I have been exalted, means I have to be respected because of my association with Lord Shiva. It's not because of as a Sati, as a daughter of Daksha. So that is the second reason. So both the reasons, if you look at that one, it's all related to Lord Shiva has to be respected. That is not been given it. So why she is not being respected? That she feel that I am a Lord Shiva's exalted wife. I have to be respected. It's not because I am the elder daughter of the Daksha or other aspect of it, right? So now let's try to understand it, right? So these two are the reason she feel that the anger has been, she got so much of anger, right? So how do we handle the anger? So anger is always, we think that it's a negative or a thing. Before coming to the anger of it, see, we all know this world. So because if you look at Daksha, he's been right now is playing like a materialistic kind of person. It's like something, he got a big position and then he feel that he's puffed up. There is no one is equal to me, or I have a Lord Brahma, as I have support on this one, so I can do whatever I want to do. That's a thing. So this is generally we can see it. Maybe we would have seen in the last canto with the Vidura and Duryodhana, right? So Vidura has been giving a knowledge or the thing to the Dhritarashtra, to correcting, you are doing this or the mistakes, you should not do it. Vidura will be telling to Dhritarashtra. When Duryodhana heard it, what he will do it? So he will blast it, Vidura. If you look at the word here, what the Duryodhana has used it, who asked him to come here? This son of kept mistress. So he first attacked his lineage. So that means he is attacking is on the bodily one. And then the other word is he is crooked. And then he is the spy. He is doing a spy because of the enemies of the interest. So the last word he uses is toss him out of the palace immediately and leave him with only his breath. That means you beaten him, so that throw him out. So he is just staying here. So if you look at the fierce word the Duryodhana has used for the Vidura, right? So that's the thing. Prabhupada has written a beautiful purport of that one. The only thing is he just says that maybe what is important here is there are two energies always happening on it, whereas external energy of the Lord Krishna, right? So where Duryodhana is impacted by the external energy, which is led to towards his ruination. So that means he is going away from the Krishna consciousness. So he started thinking he is his body and everything, right? So but if you look at the Vidura one, the beautifully thing is, I'll just read that word of what the Vidura. Thus being pierced by the arrows through his ears, afflicted to the core of his heart, Vidura placed his bow at the door, quit his brother's palace. He was not sorry. For he considered the acts of externality to the Supreme. So if you look at that one, he has been blasted, Vidura has been blasted, but he was not sorry at all. So Prabhupada will return in the purport, he will be happy internally. So this is an opportunity for me to get out of this place, so I can do it. So if you look at this as healed, Vidura to meet Maitreya, Uddhava, and then it has helped us to come in the Krishna consciousness, right? So if you look at that one way of thing, the insult will happen it even for us. When you, let's say in the office we go, we'll get an insult. In the home we get an insult. Everywhere we'll get an insult. How do we react to it? Let's say before coming to Mother Sati, we have seen how Vidura has been reacted to that one. So in case of the Mother Sati, right? So Mother Sati, if you look at that one, Vidura case, we saw that he was very happy, he didn't react to it and everything, he took as a thing. Whereas Mother Sati case, she didn't do it because in her thing, because she was anger because Vaishnava has been insulted it or offended it. So that is what she is not anger. She is not anger because I have been insulted or thing. My bodily, I have to give seat. I'm the elder daughter. I have not been given a respect or thing. That's not the her case of it. Her case is the one. So if you look at one, so let's come back to that anger bit later. First thing is we always know that one, right? So there is always the insult will happen and everywhere. So the Vidura's perspective on this way, and whereas the Mother Sati, she took anger as the weapon, or anger is the right way to handle that one, because as Veda says, when there is a blasphemy for a Vaishnava or a Vishnu, three kind of actions do it. Whenever there is a blasphemy happening, you should argue and defeat by him your arguments. If you that one, that's what Sati will do it in the later verses. We'll be seeing it. Or if you are unable to do, you should die in the injection, or even if you cannot do both of them, you just simply walk away. That's how you can handle the situation thing. Before understanding the anger, Sati's anger more, first let's try to understand it, how we are being one, right? So we have seen Vidura and Mother Sati both has reacted to things. For us, we also have get a insult is very common thing, right? Because somebody will not show respect, office, home, wherever it is, right? So that's what in Bhagavad Gita Krishna says, right? Because ehi samparsa jabhoga dukkha ene evate adi antamanta kaunteya nateshu ramate buddhaha. So Krishna says in this material world, it is always dukkha ene, it is always unhappiness and thing will come either through this way or insult or through disrespect or whatever ways. You always think, always adi antam, it has a beginning and end. Chaitanya Charan Prabhu beautifully says that one. So what happens, we have a material desires which will cause that one, right? So if you look at Mother Satina's sense, she wants to go because she wants to meet her parents, relatives and things. So she had some kind of a desire, so that's the reason she went on that one. So in Chaitanya Charan Prabhu will beautifully say, material desires are like parasites. We know what is parasites, right? It's like leeches, worm or kind of one. Also kind of a parasite, or maybe inside something it's this. It takes away all the nutrition of what we have to do it. So that's like a material desire. If it comes to us, it takes away all things. It like even a sabotage our best interest. So that means whenever when we have a material desire, even sabotage our best interest. Some of you would have heard that leeches or worms, when it comes, it will be very small. What will happen if you leave it for some time? Even it leads us to it, even a death also it can happen it, right? That's a kind of one. So it will divert our goals or it will distract and everything. So that's what will happen. So this is what the very important thing we need to really understand it. What is the cause of our kind of anger, or how do we react to it? So that means why we really enter into that, because we have some kind of a desire which is causing us that one. So that desire can be there in any place of the one. It's even bhakti also. Sometimes we can when we come to bhakti, we think that all our problems will be solved. But let's say if you think that it's not the case, Krishna didn't promise. So your ocean, samsara will be like, will not have any waves, nothing, it will be very smooth. He didn't say. He said that I'll give you a ship which can cross through that ocean. That's what the guarantee what Krishna is telling. Krishna didn't tell us that he will solve all the problems. Okay, you just been chill, relax. That's not the things. So that's something we need to really understand. So that's what the Prabhupada also a lot of time quote from his Guru Maharaj Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur things. This material world is not fit for living for any gentleman. So this is not the one, right? So now let's say we see that Mother Sati went for because of some of her desires. So that has yielded the one. So the desire for us, it became, if you have some kind of desires, the impact can be more on the one. Let us see that anger aspect of it, right? So the anger, if we started thinking anger means it's okay, this is not the good or a bad, or we should not have any angry, because always we want to be like Trina Dapi Sunichena, so we want to have tolerance and things. The same Prabhupada will be writing in the next verse. He written a beautiful purport. So he just tell that so Lord Chaitanya, who always preached non-violence, meekness and humility, also became angry when Nityananda was offended by Jagai and Matai. So getting angry is not a bad thing, but we need to really understand why we are getting the angry. So Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj, in his book Spiritual Warrior, he will beautifully be writing conquering the enemies of the mind. So in that anger, he will be writing about anger. He tells that anger is also healthy. Anger can be utilized as a catalyst. So that's the one thing. He gives a few beautiful example. Martin Luther King, right? So we all know that Martin Luther King, he is the one. He made the earlier in the United States, there is a color, they have a difference, they are not being the other colored people are not being given a respect of thing. He became anger, and then his anger has died. Even we know that from Mahatma Gandhi. So when he was been in South Africa, he has been insulted, he became angry. He said that I will not be wearing any more, I'll be wearing only the cotton dresses, I'll not be wearing the other dresses worn by the other country of the thing. And then he started a non-violence thing. Even though he started a non-violence, the reason, the root cause of his anger. He has been insulted. So that's the one thing. So anger is also, we can be a catalyst. So that's what the Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj will be telling it. So only thing is we need to really understand it. So that doesn't mean that can we become anger. So only we have to be really beautifully, have to think about it. Are we reacting or overreaction? That's the one thing we need to understand. And second thing is, are we getting anger because my sense gratification has been, I want to be get, let's say, prized. This fellow has come and did something so that I am not getting the prize. So I am getting anger because of that. My sense has not been able to be gratified. Or it is like my, what is it, spiritual master or Vaishnavas have been offended it. Why the what case we are being reacting in? Anger we can have it. Yes, Lord Chaitanya had anger with Jagai and Mathai, right? So anger we can have it, but Nityananda didn't have anger because he thought that he has been getting insulted. He's okay to do it because his thing is that he want to show his compassion. So he's giving his compassion. He didn't see that what they are doing into it. So he's seeing that they are undergoing so much pain, they are giving me the pain. So that's the one. But whereas, yes, Mahavadanya, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has shown the anger because his devotees have been getting impacted it. That's what the thing. So we need to really understand in our side also when we get the anger, what is been causing it, right? And another aspect of is the anger. We all know that beautiful, the Dhruva Maharaj example, right? Dhruva Maharaj, when he was in 5 years old, he has been insulted by his stepmother. So what happened is he became angry, and then when he became angry, his mother Sunichi didn't tell that no, don't get angry, this is how we'll be thinking. She said that what she said, you have to please, whatever your stepmother said is all correct, you have to only, the Lord Vishnu is only do it. When Narad Muni came, and then he saw that he has a determination, he has an anger. So then he has a determination. With anger, determination, it is been channelized positively. That's what he is able to come into the one. So that's what, if you look at the mother Sati's anger, again if you look at the word is, the reason for her anger is, it's not because of her causes. She took at the one. Let's say we try to understand. Prabhupada, does Prabhupada get angry? Yes, he does. So one of the case, right? So it's Satswarup Maharaj will beautifully written it. So in Amsterdam, they are planning to open ISKCON. Let's say they want to install a DTs, Lord Jagannath. So Prabhupada is in July 1972. He been there, and then he wants to do it. So he went there. So there are, it's a full, it's like a TV, cameraman, reporters, so many big people. I think it's like a big, massive one. But what happened it when Prabhupada comes and he's asking, where are the fruits and grains? Prabhupada, we use for the salads. So they have only had the cut fruits, they didn't have the full fruits. Prabhupada then asked, okay, then he saw the time is getting over. Where are the garlands? Prabhupada, we don't have garlands, so we missed it. Prabhupada was super furious. And then Prabhupada, then it's a getting time is over. Then totally like the altar size and then DT size doesn't fit. So with the throne, they are not able to keep the Lord Jagannath. So Prabhupada was furious. Prabhupada was anger. So what was the Prabhupada's anger here is, whether the Prabhupada was anger because, oh, what they will do, so many TV cameramans are there, reporters are there, so will they make ISKCON, their DT installation has been, they didn't do it properly, there is no proper altar or a proper fruits and things. Was that the anger for the cause for the Prabhupada's anger? No. Prabhupada he was feeling that my Lord Jagannath, I'm not able to give a full respect for him. I'm not able to glorify him. I'm not able to do a justice for him. That was the one. Then okay, then they have done Prabhupada thing, and slowly he became things, and then he chanted and then give the full Krishna conscious lecture. So we need to really understand it. It's the reaction of it. Whereas mostly people like, let's say like me, oh, so many people are here, I'm not able to do it properly, what they will think of me. So that's a thing, anger, that is also we get anger. Or maybe the anger is that I'm not the Lord Jagannath is not being, let's say, glorified or not given a proper welcome. That's a thing of one. So that's what we need to really understand of it, right? So that's a thing. It's anger can come for everyone. So another one beautifully, I just want to take an example of Gaur Govinda Swami Maharaj. So somebody come and ask Gaur Govinda Swami Maharaj, why people are becoming mad? What is the reason? Whether they get angry or the attachment or a thing. So he tells three very good reasons. We can just contemplate a lot on that. Okay, the number one reason is when someone thinks about one topic or subject matter very deeply and excisively, something they keep on thinking, right? So this can happen in both, let's say, in our Krishna consciousness and the material. Let's say, if the cricket World Cup is happening on it, we'll be always thinking about the World Cup things, who is going to win and losers, our team loses and thing. You would have seen few people in the office, they will go and sit in the lunch, even if it's 11:30 to 1 o'clock, they'll even not even a single minute they will not leave, they'll talk about each and ball by ball commentary they'll be giving it. So that's a kind of a madness can be there. Are we having such kind of madness or a thing? And second kind of a thing is like kind of a madness is due to it's called, we call as a frustration kind of thing. Let's say we have some kind of a capacity, right? So but we want to do more than that kind of capacity. Let's say I cannot become a certain level in my office. There are such things are there. Even in the material, some kind of a thing. It's I can say that I don't want. That's the reason I can go. But even if I try, I know that I am not get that kind of one. So we all know that there is a capacity for us. We all may be good. Everyone has their own good strength and weakness. I cannot try to become. No, I like him. I want to become. I want to become. If you try to do, you become a mad. Will not thing. Will just cause a harm for us. That's the only thing we need to really understand it. Then the third one is that very important one. That's what the Urmila Mataji's last Sunday has also been telling it, right? So when somebody is mean the ignorant or does not have a sufficient knowledge, they also will be like a madness kind of one. She has given an example of when somebody is in the darkness, so somebody is in the light, when they try to bring it up, they'll become angry on that, they'll be jealous on it, they'll be envy on them, they'll be show all these things. That's all the cause of our madness. So we need to really understand it. What is the madness we are having it? Why do we have a such kind of madness? Whether in the wherever the situation, what we going to do it, right? Whereas in this case, let's say Mother Sati got anger. She was also mad. On what? She has a deep attachment to the Lord Shiva. That's the reason she got a madness. So her first point. So that's what we need to have that one. Why do we have a even anger? Yes, Lord Chaitanya had a anger. He has when Nityananda is being done. So that's what we need to really understand it, right? So how do we do it? So one more example, let's take it the one. Sachinanda Swami Maharaj will be giving one beautiful story, which Radhanath Swami Maharaj also quotes it now, even in his book. One to a grandfather, one boy came and he was very angry. He told, "See, my friend has done this injustice to me, though there is no fault on me. He has done an injustice on thing. So how can I do it?" He was very angry and furious. Then grandfather will tell a story. So I also feel sometimes like hatred towards those things, or they have done the mistakes. Yeah, getting hatred is the thing. When I have a hatred, what is like, but the hatred having on me, what is like, it's like I'm taking a poison to kill me because of I'm angry with somebody else. That's what I having a hatred and taking a poison. So any wishing enemy to die, I'll be taking a poison. That's what my hatred is. I'm wishing him to die, but who is taking a poison? I'm taking the poison. That's what I've been doing. There is some other time what I'll do is I'll just keep forgetting on those one. I'll just move on it. So it's like I have two wolves in my thing. Someone is always that will react to it and think, and some other wolf, that other wolf will be a thing. So that's what Radhanath Swami Maharaj always tell, that good dog and bad dog. We always have a good dog and bad dog in our heart. We need to see which dog is coming and then giving a response. That's a thing you need to do it. Then the boy will ask, "So you have two wolves, who will win it?" Then grandfather said, "Whichever I feed, that always win it." We need to really understand it. Why do we get mad, and then which dog are we feeding it inside our side? That's the thing. If you look at that one, whereas the Mother Sati, she was angry. That was a very acceptable, reasonable. Definitely we should have a angry in that kind of a case. Everyone has a thing, because it is not for her, it is because of her Lord Shiva, right? So it's all because of the association does matters, right? The situation will make us a thing. So one more example of Radhanath Swami Maharaj gives it. He said that I went to a beach and sitting in a sand. So I think most of us would have been to beach and sitting in a sand. It will be so nice and cool. It will be very chill and calm, relaxing one, right? Yes, if you are doing it in the early morning. The same sand and same everything, if you try to sit in the, let's say, in January month and around noon time or at 2 p.m., what will happen? We will not able to sit. So because sand is sand, it is what is happening. It's all on the association of the one is doing it. So we also need to really understand it. What it's been causing our madness, what it's we are been associating it. Are we really having any case? It's not only anger, anything, even be happy. If I'm doing something, something is making me happy, can I keep doing it? Pinching somebody is making me happy. If he cry, so that doesn't mean can I keep in pinching so that I be happy? That doesn't work it. So we need to really understand that one. So how do you get rid of one on things? So in Bhagavad Gita, right, Krishna will say, "Machita sarva durgani mat prasadat tareshati ata chetvam ahankaram nasravasi vinakshasi." The very important two lines will take. Machitaha, in your mind, subconscious, machitaha, always think about me. Sarva durgani means all impediments, everything. I mat prasada, with my mercy, Tarishani, I'll be taking away all these things. He is telling it. You always think about me. I'll take care of everything, impediments, all the one, right? Even the same thing in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Kaviraj Goswami will be writing. Kachantane Spriteyashmin Duskaram Shukaram Bhavate Ishmate Vipratichayat Sri Chaitanya Namamitam. So Kathanchane Smritin, somehow or other, you just remember, if you remember who? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What happened is, if you remember it, Duskaram Shukaram Bhavate. Even whatever be the difficult one become the easy one. So that means if you have anger, we are not able to get it off, we are becoming mad with something. So that's the only thing. So how can we do all these things? So we have, anyway, tomorrow is the auspicious day. We'll take Nityananda Prabhu's one prayer so that we can get rid of one. So today is another most auspicious day of appearance day of Varahadev. So I'll just briefly talk a few minutes about Varahadev appearance, because this is like we all know that Lord Varahadev came and uplift the saves earth from the mother earth from the Hiranyaksha, and then lift her from the bottom of the ocean. So like that, Lord Varahadev comes us, and the Hiranyaksha demon in us, from within us, later Lord Varahadev removes and then gives us the bhakti to bring it up, right? So I'll just take a simple, I'll not thing. Bhakti Guru Ani Goswami Maharaj, he has taken the Lord Varahadev pastimes, and then he has written a beautiful 8 lessons. Let's try to understand that lessons from the Lord Varahadev pastimes, 8 lessons. So, okay, we know that Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu, they came from the who are their parents. It's like Diti and Kashyapavani. So how did they come? They come on there during the inauspicious time. They had the progeny creation activity, so that has led to come that one. So that what the learning is like, even it's very important for us. Are we having even, let's say, progeny creation, whether a offspring, whether are we doing at the inauspicious time or low state of consciousness? That's a very important thing. We need to really understand it. So that's a kind of lesson number 1. So that means if we are having a, so always Prabhupada says that population increase is not the problem, is the low consciousness of the population is the problem of it. So that's very important. We need to really understand it. And second thing is, when the Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu, they born, they become very tall, very strong, they grown up very high. It's like they'll say that one, they will be touching the sky and everything, right? So even that is there even in today's. Somebody wants to be like, they want to show, we all want to look very strong and everything, so that bodily kind of a thing, want to show it kind of thing. So that's a lesson number 2. If you try to becoming more bodily kind of consciousness, there is always the fall down is very near. That's our thing, we need to really understand it. Then the third one is a very beautiful one. So what will happen is, Hiranyaksha, when the Lord Varahadev comes, he'll be blaspheming, insulting with the harsh words. So in that one, beautifully, the Lord Varahadev will show a displeased. So that shows that God is a personal, sentient. He has a feeling for pleasure and displeasure kind of one. So that's something we need to do it. Even when our Guru Maharaj always says that one. So we need to really think that one. If I do something, will it pleases Krishna or displeases Krishna? That's something we need to keep on thinking on to it. Then the other thing is that one, in the fight, Hiranyaksha and thing, Lord could have immediately killed him, but he will not kill, but there will be some fight will go on it. So that why it is that one, what the Acharya says that one is, even this would have, we can see even in the Hiranyakashipu. So he will just fell down and then he just show I have thing. So Lord tolerates even a demons, even if it's a demon, Lord tolerates for some time. So that's what he is teaching us. Lord is teaching us everyone that. So we no need to fear because of demon, but we have to tolerate and move on. We no need to fear. That's another one which Maharaj will be quoting it. And the other thing is that we all know that Lord can take anything at any time he likes. So when he was doing it, he'll just remove from his everything, and he'll feel he don't have anything on one. That's the thing. And when he has taken his what is it, gada, he will be very angry. He'll try to come and crush the Lord. He think that he can hold the Lord in his hand, then, but he can't see where is Lord. Lord will be here. So that's another lesson number 6. He will be telling, God is greater than the greatest, smaller than the smallest. We cannot think that we can achieve God with our own endeavor. That's something he'll be doing it. Then in the fight, if you look at that one, he simply on a single slap he will kill the demon. He would have killed it earlier, but he just simply in a slap he'll be killing demon. You would have seen in the Krishna pastimes and all, right? Even with a single finger he'll be killing some people and all. So you no need to use any finger, so he can kill. So that's the thing. The Lord can kill any powerful demon. The 8th one is that it's a very important one. So after then, and people will be very grateful. Always this will be seeing it every time when the Lord has done any beautiful pastimes. There will be devatas and every rishis, they will come and praise it. So that's a very important thing we need to learn it. At least I should learn it. So you should be grateful to the Lord for His countless benedictions. So whatever happening, it's for us good. It's all because of the countless benedictions of the Lord. We always should show the gratefulness and everything, right? So in the last he will it says number 9, but it's like what is it? The last sloka, right? No. Sutadev Goswami will be telling it. What is the benefit they will be creating? Palastuti. What is the benefit they will hearing of the Lord Varahadev? It's a very beautiful verse. Itan Mahapunyam, it's a very pious. Alam Pavitram, it's a very pure. By hearing this, what will get? Dhanam, Yashyam, Padam, Ayur, Aisham. So that means what he is trying to do. And then the very important things, Narayana Ante Gatir Angashravantam. So this, what hearing this one, what it gives, the most sacred narrative confers the extraordinary merit, wealth, fame, longevity and all objects of one's desires. Of course, we all desire for those kind of things. That we will be getting it hearing the Lord Varahadev pastime. On the field of battle, it promotes one's strength to viral organs and organs of action. And very important thing, one who listens to it at the last moment of his life is transferred to the supreme abode of the Lord. Oh dear Sanaka. So that's what the things. Let's all pray to the Lord Varahadev. So to kill the Hiranyaksha demon inside us and then uplift our bhakti on things. Thank you very much. Any comments, correction? Sorry, can you a bit louder? This is very tricky. I'm not sure whether I'm eligible to share, but I'll just share what our Guru Maharaj always says that one. So this is, our Guru Maharaj will give this example. Even this will come when generally having a association or the interaction with the devotees also thing. Because whenever having association with devotees, we can, let's say, over tend to do something or thing. Guru Maharaj always say that I pray, means Guru Maharaj always say that I pray before having any association with the devotees, so that I'm not taking them for a granted or a thing. So only thing is what we can do is we can just pray so that the right mood, right way comes. We don't do it taken away by the other aspect of in our mind. That's the only thing. But I'm not sure what is the other thing is. That's what one thing which we can try to do it. Yes, Prabhu. seventh lesson is Lord can kill any demons even with a snap. It's a even can kill simply. That's what the said. Bhakti Gauravani Goswami. Yes. Genuineness. Okay, in second text, she was shown anger, right? That says she is shown anger, and here also she is shown anger, right? How do you know what is genuine? In this way, anger, if you look at that one, this anger, even she is ready to give up her body. That we'll be reading it in the later. If she don't have a genuine anger or thing, she will not do even to give up her body, right? If I want to show simply, let's say if I don't have purity, I just try to, for the sake, if I try to do something, no, Krishna is something and thing, somebody is giving a prasad, I'll just go for the prasad. I may not be really sacrificing something for that one. We always try to see what is in for me. Whereas in this case, Mother Sati has genuine anger she has shown. Yes, in the two also she has shown anger. That is generally every human will have the some kind of a attachment and thing. We are not cannot say that we don't have any attachment if we come everything it, right? So even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, even he took a sannyas, he'll be saying that to Mother Sati when Sachimata when he's doing it, I took a sannyas, I should have been offering you and everything. So they'll have affection. That's all a transcendental. You may not, at least I'm not the position to understand it. So this may be like some kind of a transcendental anger that she had with the Lord Shiva, but this is the genuine anger. She went up to give up her body. That's my thing. Yes, Prabhu. Prabhu, I don't know how to answer it, but one thing is not all the demigods are eligible to get the oblations. I, if I remember it, we'll be reading it in the later cantor, 8th or ninth cantor, where one of the demigod, if you do me offer, I'll make you to give the oblations for you. I think Atri Muni with Soma, or there is somewhere will be. I think during the Ayati pastime it will come. I'm not able to recollect which demigod. I believe it's the thing. Not all the demigods are been thing, but only even if you do even normally, even now, right? Not the Yagna. They do for a few demigods. They'll call it. That's the thing. I don't know whether they will do for all, but at least Lord Shiva has to be done. That's the only thing. Grindra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.